So restorative practice is one where you want to completely relax your body and mind. It's not like the traditional practice that you're used to seeing where you're exerting a lot of effort. In this case, we're fully supported. We use tons of props to allow us to surrender to the moment. Some of the things that you want to have for today's practice are blocks, if you have some. And if you don't have blocks, you can always use some books. Here are some books from my time in college, as well as pillows or bolsters. So I have some pillows here, and a bolster is something we have in our yoga practice to allow us to have a little bit more support. Again, if you don't have the traditional props, which are the blocks or the bolster, you always have pillows that you can use. In this case, if you have pillows, you might want to have a bit more than I have showing here today. So maybe 4 will work, because again, the goal is to use the props so that you're completely able to surrender to the moment. And so we're going to connect to relaxing. We're going to connect to our breath and surrendering to the moment. Another thing that we'll also have are our blankets. Again, they'll be there for support and also for us to cover ourselves. So if you can grab those items if you haven't already, and we'll start to get ready to move in our practice. As far as the clothes that you wear, you can wear yoga clothes or you can be as comfortable as you want. Again, with the restorative practice, you are looking to allow yourself to be in your most relaxed state. There is no right or wrong. If at any time you're in a pose and you feel like your muscles are engaging, what I want you to do is to add more props so that you can feel completely relaxed. So in this moment where we're seated, we're just going to take a deep breath in. I invite you to close your eyes and bring your hands to your chest. Allowing yourself to settle into stillness. And set your intention for today's session. What I mean is we are going to establish a dedication or devotion to this practice. This intention can be a mantra or an affirmation that you create, a positive statement. Our collective intention for today is I surrender. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. So the first pose that we're going to go into is Shavasana, which is what we call dead man's pose. In this pose, because it's a restorative practice, we are going to use props. So what you might want to consider is to have a blanket for your neck. You're going to have pillows or a bolster to support the space under your legs, and then another blanket to cover your body. So what we will do then is place the bolster underneath your legs, and then bring one of the blankets so it's exactly where you need it to be to support your neck. And then you're going to cover your body. Gently let yourself lie down. Again, this bolster is sufficient for me as alone, but if you have pillows, you may need to stack more than one pillow in order for you to find what makes you feel completely relaxed. And then start to let your body float down using the blanket to provide your neck with support. Let your hands fall to the sides of your body. And I invite you to start to surrender to this moment. Letting go of the things to do list and starting to draw your attention to the sounds that burst away from your body. Possibly the buzzing of the air conditioner, maybe the birds chirping in the background, the wind in the trees. Start to notice the air and how it feels against your skin. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and let it go through an exhale through your mouth. Notice the sensation of your clothes against your skin. Pay attention to how your body moves with every breath. Inhaling relaxing energy, and with every exhale, finding yourself surrendering a bit more to this space. Relax your toes. Relax your feet. Release any tension you may have in your ankles, your calves, and your shins. Relax the lower portion of your legs. Adjusting your knees and begin to relax your thighs, releasing any tension you carry in that space, your outer and inner thigh, your upper and lower thigh. Adjusting your hips and pelvis, and then relaxing them and on to groin. Relax the lower portion of your body. Begin to let your back melt into the mat, starting with your lower back. Let it go. The middle back. Let your back surrender and relax. Melt the melting and exhale. Wiggle your fingers. Make a fist with your fingers. And then relax your abdomen and belly. Allowing your belly to inflate as you inhale and deflate as you exhale. Feeling your breath moving in your chest. Relax your toes. Relax your upper arms and your shoulders, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, palms of your hand, your fingers. Relax. Relax your neck. Gently moving it side to side. Until you find a position that is most comfortable to you. Swallow a few times. Let go of any tension in the jaw. Soften the lips. Soften your forehead. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale to your mouth. Allowing your thoughts to move in and out. Not judging them. Not evaluating them at all. Going back to your attention. Begin to place your right hand on your navel and your left hand on your heart. Noticing the breath. As you inhale, you want to feel your right arm hand rise as your belly inflates. And as you exhale, feeling your right hand lowering as your belly. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. Focusing on breathing just through your nose. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And on this exhale, count how long it takes you to exhale. For your next inhale, you're going to divide that exhale in half and allow that to be your inhale. So if your exhale was for a count of 8, your inhale will be for a count of 4. So if you need to count again, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And on this exhale, count how long it takes to exhale your entire breath. Now take half that breath on your inhale and go back to that extended exhale. Do this for a round of 5. Silently in your mind. Go back to your normal breath. Allowing your inhale, exhale to move at the depth back. Release your hands to the sides of the body. On your next inhale, stretch, reach your hands above your head, sending your knees away from the body. And on your exhale, draw your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around you. Gently rock side to side. And allow yourself to float to one side. Going into a fetal position. Take a nice deep breath in here. And then exhale. Using the top arm, press the hand into the ground and slowly and mindfully lift the body up. We're now going to move into sideline stretch. So what you're going to do here is you're going to move your bolster or your pillow in a position that'll allow you to let the side of your torso stretch above it. You're going to keep that original blanket that you had there to support your neck. And with your additional pillow, you're going to bring it so that it's and as always, you will have a blanket. Again, that's optional. So with a restorative practice, we don't do as many poses as we normally do in a hatha vinyasa flow. So today we'll do about 5 poses. We started off with Shavasana and we'll end with Shavasana. So start to get yourself in your position. We're going to start on our left side. Stacking the legs on top of each other, bringing the pillow in between the thighs, allowing the body to be supported by the pillow or bolster, and then providing some support for your head and neck with a blanket or pillow. Once you've entered the position, adjust as you need. You're going to allow your arms to fold, forming an L, letting your palms stack on top of each other, forearms are stacked, elbows are together. And we're going to be in this position for the time. Our goal in these poses is to have minimal sensation. So as you find yourself in this pose, if you start to feel pain or experiencing sensation in one part of your body, add more props, adjust as you need until you can find yourself able to completely surrender to the flow. Connecting back nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Going back to your intention. And if you find your mind connected to the affirmation, inhale in. Exhale like peace. Inhale in. Exhale worthy. Exhale, allow it to surrender. Exhale. Every exhale, allow yourself to surrender. It's okay to find yourself drifting. You deserve this moment. On your next inhale, start to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Bring the hand towards the shoulder. Start to rotate the arm around, making circles with it. Go around 5 times in one direction. And then reverse in the opposite. Reach the arm up again once you're done. Plant the hand above the head. Start to press the right hand in front of you to lift the torso up. So from here, all we're going to do is move the body to the opposite side. You may not even need to move the pillow. Just your hips. Again, we're stacking the legs on top of each other. We're using the bolster to provide support for the side of our body. And we're going to allow the body to stretch over the bolster and having the pillow or blanket there to support our neck. Again, if you want, you can cover your body. If not, if you feel too warm, it's optional. Noticing adjustments because we're feeling sensation in one part of the body than the other. And once you're comfortable, go back to it. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Now moving just to inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhale, I am. Exhale, at peace. Inhale, I am. Able to surrender. Inhale, I am. Exhale, hold. Inhale. Exhale, full of love. On your next inhale, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Start to bend the elbow and bring the left hand onto the shoulder. And find a rotation. We're going to do as we did on the opposite side, going 5 times in one direction. And then reversing it, going 5 times. Inhale, reach that arm back up. Exhale, reach the arm above the head. Fingertips of the finger touch the ground. Then press the hand into the ground in front of you. And slowly start to draw the body. Hopefully right now you're feeling pretty yummy. We're going to move to a wide-legged supported pose. There's a couple ways that you can approach this. If you have a bolster and block, you're going to take your blocks and have them in one line. One block is going to be high, and the second block is going to be low. Then what you'll do is place the bolster so that it's angled onto the blocks. For this wide-legged supported pose, we're going to extend our legs out, and then we gently let the body fall to the side in front of the bolster in front of you. However, if you don't have blocks, what you can do is essentially stack your pillows until you find a comfortable height. So typically, at minimum, you might want to have 4 pillows. This is made where you may bring your books in to bring height. Find what works for you. Okay? So again, you want to make sure that you don't have sensation. So this is why it's important that you're stacking up a sufficient amount of pillows. So if you run out of pillows from your bedroom, you have permission to use the pillows from your couch and stack them up. And sometimes they're even better because they're nice and thick. Once you've found that, you can either cover yourself. If you want a little bit of support, you can also add a blanket or pillow underneath your hips to provide a little height. So when you start to fold down, you want to be as comfortable as possible. In this case, based on where I'm feeling in my body today, I'm going to add another pillow so that I'm not stretching too far out. So this is a stretch, but this isn't the stretch that you're used to in the case that you're feeling a lot of sensation. So again, just be mindful of that. So if you have it too wide and when you start to lower, you're feeling a lot of sensation in the legs and the hamstrings, you might want to consider bringing the legs a little bit closer together. You might even provide some support under your knees by way of some extra pillows, or you can use the books that I discussed. So I'm just adding a little bit more support for my knees, and so you might want to try that as well. As you start to let go, you can keep the chin. Inhale through your nose and let it go. Inhale through your nose Nice and long. And then let it go. Inhale. And then let it go. In this world that we exist in, we're always told that we have to keep moving. We should be in constant motion. So much so that we feel guilty when you take this type of time to let the body relax. So as you move through this practice, you may be confronted with resistance. It's okay, but you deserve this. You worked hard for this. So give yourself permission to surrender. Give yourself permission to let go. Let go of that extensive list of things you have to do. You can take care of those things after this session. What's most important now is that you love you, that you're unapologetic about your self-care. And then you find a space where your output is matched by your input. That the work that you do in the world, for your friends, for work, for your family, also matches the work that you do for yourself. Your head is not forward and on one side, start to move the neck and fall, let your ear fall onto the other side. As you hold this position a little bit longer, if sensation starts to present itself, adjust, add more pillows. This is supposed to be juicy, comforting, and restorative. Start to walk the hands in front of you and gently lift the body up on your next inhale. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling super good. Now we're going to move into supported bridge pose. We're going to remove some of the props that we've had for this pose. There's a couple of ways that you can approach it. So traditionally for bridge, you're pushing the feet are on the ground, you're pushing the hips up. And so you are doing all the work to lift the hips up. But in this case, what you're going to do is use your bolster or your blocks to support, or books in this case, to support the hips. This is also pillows, whatever you have available to you. So your feet are about hip distance apart. You're leaning all the way back. Again, providing support for your neck by way of that blanket that you've been using. And you can lift up, you press the hips up, and then place the blocks underneath the hips. You might even want some support for your lower back. So that's if you're using your books or your blocks. If you're using the bolster, pillows, it's the same thing. Again, depending on what's going on with your back, you may want to provide support more towards the top aspect of your glutes, and so that you can also have support for your lower back. Keeping the feet apart, providing some support for your neck, so adjusting your blanket as you need. Bring the hands to the sides of your body. Closing your eyes. Going back to your breath. Allowing your breath to take you to a place of deep relaxation. This is what you came here for. This is what you need. Long, deep, slow inhale. And then exhale. Do this a few times on your own. Let go. Go and stress and carry. Let go. Let go. The stress that might be a function. Let go. Of the unrealistic expectations you have for yourself. Present. Honor all you've accomplished. Honor all the people that you've overcome. Honor this beautiful body that's allowed you to do so. Shine with the love. Feel your breath moving throughout your body. Using your breath to provide oxygen to all your organs. Draw your knees into your chest on your neck. Moving your legs side to side. Stretch. Then slowly dismount. Whatever makes sense for you in the posture you have. Slowly find yourself coming to a seated position. And what we're going to do next is sideline stretch. So supported bridge was a supported back bend, and whenever we move the back in one direction, we want to neutralize that. And so we do that by doing a twist. So in this support twist, what we're going to do is bring the pillow back in between our legs. And what we're also going to have is a pillow bolster to provide us with alignment. So you're going to align your hip and back with that bolster. Again, the blanket or pillow that you've been using to support your neck, you're going to position it there. And I'm just going to move this so you can see. So then here, we have the bolster to give us alignment or pillow. You press the hands together, moving my pillow so you can see. And your pillow is going to be in between your thighs. I'm going to bring my pillow back. So again, you might need to have a little bit of support for your neck. Your arms are stacked. And what you're going to do is then open, we're on our left side, by the way. You're doing all this on our left side first. So left thigh is grounded, left arm is grounded, right thigh stacked on the left thigh, right arm is stacked on the left arm. Palms touch. You're bringing that pillow in between the thighs. And then on your next inhale, you're going to lift that right arm up and bring it onto the other side. And you're going to look towards that right arm. And if you want a blanket to cover yourself, you can. That's always an option. Start to move back and stay with the breath, allowing you to move you back to a restful state. Through our breath, we're able to surrender more to the space and time. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Adjusting if you need. Again, if you feel any extreme sensation in your body, adding more props until you find your space, your body in a very neutral position. We want to make sure that our body is cared for and supported. In this practice, it's all about relaxation. So if you find yourself feeling anxious or overwhelmed by a pose, please adjust. Slow down. Add. Nice long inhale. Feeling the air, inflating your abdomen and your chest. Hold. And then exhale. Hold. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. On your next inhale, start to bring the right arm up and then press it back on top. Start to move your body, lifting up, and start to adjust your props so that you can move to a supported twist on the opposite side. So again, we're using a pillow or a bolster to allow us to line up our hips and our back with that bolster. And so it's just below the armpit. We have another pillow in between our thighs, or it could be a blanket. And we're on our right side. Stack the left hand, extend the right arm out, and then stack the left hand on top of the right. Breathe here, deep breaths. And on your next inhale, start to lift that left arm up and allow it to float down to the opposite side and follow. So your legs are in one direction and your left arm is together. Breathe. This is what you've been waiting for. Permission to relax. Permission to be vulnerable. Permission to let go. In these moments, when we slow down, we allow our bodies to heal and become stronger. On your next inhale, start to draw that left arm up, placing it on top of, stacking it on top. And then slowly start to lift the body up. So our last pose before we go into our final Shavasana is legs against the wall. So what you're going to need to do is find a space where you can place your legs against the wall. You can use your pillows, your blocks, your books, or your bolster. And you're going to bring that against the wall. What you're going to do is then bring your hips onto the bolster and walk the legs up. So let me adjust a little bit more. There's different ways to get there. Find what works for you. So here we go. You sit on your bolster or your pillows or your books. And then you bring the legs up and gently bring the arms down. You need to scoot, scoot. This is going to allow the blood to flow down. In this pose, sometimes there's discomfort. You might, whenever you may feel your legs falling asleep, you might want to consider bending your knees a bit and then bring it back to this pose. Again, you're having support here for your hips. Your hands can fall to the sides of your body. You can place them on top of your belly. And once you're comfortable, go back to your breath. Our breath is key to our relaxation. It allows us to find this state where we can slow down, where we can calm down. Start to bend your knees, drawing your knees into your chest, and allow yourself to dismount. Moving back to our Shavasana. Dead pose. This is what we come here for. So what you will do is then again provide some support for your knees and neck by way of your pillows, blankets, simple strips, covering your body, and start to allow yourself to lie down, providing support for your neck. You may even want to provide support for your arms with extra pillows. Relax your feet, toes, your ankles. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Relax your shins, your calves. Relax your knees. Let go of any tension you may have in your thighs. Relax your legs. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Relax your hips. Relax the lower portion of your body. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Soften your back and your belly. Let go of any tension you may feel in your chest, so that your breath can feel more freely. So that with every inhale and exhale, you feel the breath moving in all four corners. Your upper body, the back, and the side. Relax your arms. Make a fist with your hand. And then use your ring finger. Your index. Soften your lips. Release any creases that might exist in your forehead. Relax your mouth. Inhale in. Exhale, hold. Inhale in. Exhale, inhale in. Exhale down. Inhale in. Exhale love. Inhale in. Exhale divine. Inhale in. Insert whatever phrase resonates in space. Begin to bring your body and mind back into this present moment. And stretch. Reaching your arms above your legs and stretching your legs out. On your exhale, draw your knees in. Gently rock side to side, eventually coming to the left side into a fetal position, stacking the legs on top of each other. And bringing the hands into prayer and body support for your head. While you are here in this position, start to list the things. Press your hand and right hand into the ground when you're done. And start to come back to a seated position. I invite you to close your eyes and bring your hands back to your heart center. Go back to your initial intention that you established at the beginning of this session. Namaste. The divine honors. Until next time, have a beautiful day, and I hope he feels restored,